penalty for the 20 car. Let's talk about it. Coming up next. What's going on, everybody? Hope you are doing good. All right, the NASCAR penalty reports came out, and I was actually going to talk about this yesterday, but of course, the big news with Tyler Reddick broke. But of course, the 20 car of Christopher Bell, who got the swapped crew chief from Bubba Wallace, lost a tire on pit road, and they got absolutely no penalty for it. Let's look at this article from The Heavy and see why. The weekly NASCAR penalty report came available on July 12th, which announced the reinstatement of JD Motorsports crew chief Case Collenbach. However, there was a lack of information about the number 20 team of Joe Gibbs Racing. The Cup Series car driven by Christopher Bell was a point of discussion both during and after the race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. It lost a wheel as Bell exited his pit stall with 22 laps remaining in the race, and it led to the number 20 Toyota dragging the tire changer. Bell tried to spin his car around, but it ended up in another driver's pit stall. Scott Miller went on to say, "That's a hard call for us, right?" Miller said during an appearance on SiriusXM, "We still are continuing to look at that incident and really the potential consequence for losing a wheel rolling down pit road." Now, if that thing would have been going twice as fast as it was, we would have had a whole field on pit road. We may view that different than we did hardly any cars on pit road, no speed to the tire, and it not getting very far away. So we always have a very difficult job sorting through that, what crosses the line and what doesn't, and we're still working through that on that particular case. Okay, so we know they've amended the language to the loose wheel, loose tire situation, but to me, that was a clear-cut case. The wheel came off. They have penalized other teams in the past for it, right? The 31 car of Justin Haley got penalized for almost literally the exact same thing. The wheel came off. I don't think the wheel even went out of their pit stall on the 31, but they still lost their crew chief. Of course, the language was amended after that situation, and now they're saying, I guess, if it comes off on pit road and it doesn't cause any harm, you're not going to lose a tire. But to me, this is another NASCAR looking very inconsistent. You can't change the rule mid-season. Well, you can, but you shouldn't change the rule mid-season, and because it's just going to invite all this criticism, right? Now, I think if the 31 team basically got penalized for it, the 20 team should definitely get penalized for it. I don't really understand the ruling. Like, it seems to me pretty cut and dry. The wheel came off. It's dangerous. It's dangerous, right? If it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. So I don't understand the ruling. The only thing I can think of is they felt sorry for him because he's got the old 2311 pit crew and the wheel came off, right? So, of course, that is the other layer to this, and this was actually what I wanted to make before the Tyler Reddick news was going to break out. It didn't even take one race for the 20 team to have a issue on pit road and the wheel coming off. So it just begs the question, is this experiment that Toyota is doing, is it going to work out for anybody? If Bubba Wallace doesn't get in, that's one thing, because he's already not in the playoffs, right? But Christopher Bell was already in the playoffs. If this continues to go on, if he continues to lose spots and positions, because he lost some points to Kevin Harvick in this race, if I'm not mistaken, if he continues to lose spots and positions and it knocks him out of the playoffs, was this pit crew experiment even a success for Toyota? Did it help them, or did this actually harm them? Did it harm them by doing this pit crew change? And I think, as of right now, one race into it, I think you can say it's definitely not helping anybody. So, least of all Toyota. So, I don't understand the move. I didn't understand the move when it happened, and this was just very bizarre. But this is basically the pit stop that was seen around the world, because as soon as that tire came off, everybody in the world was talking about it. Did this just cost Christopher Bell his chance? Obviously, Bell was able to recover and make up some points. He lost a few points to Kevin Harvick, but not as many as he could have. But it also begs the question, is NASCAR playing favorites by not suspending this crew chief? There are just so many layers to one wheel coming off. So, yeah, it was definitely very bizarre, and it definitely looks like it's not helping anybody. But that's all I've got for you today. If you like the content, feel free to subscribe down below. It helps the channel out a whole lot, and I really, really appreciate it, guys. And if you got a question or comment, leave it down in the comment section. I'll try to get to as many of them as I can. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.